So on the surface of it, you can look like, oh, I made good money that day because, you know, it was quite a good return on my time. But actually, the time is invested in making the products. Right, tomorrow is my first craft stall. I have booked myself in for one. I normally just sell my stuff online, and that's normally fine, but I need to kind of increase it a little bit, and I thought a craft stall might be a good way to do it. So growing up, I always said I'd never do a craft stall. I grew up going to loads and loads of them with Mum. Mum was a dried flower arranger. You sell lots of dried flowers and dried flower arrangements. And I used to go with her, keep her company. But it was always the same kind of thing. Sometimes you make lots, sometimes you make nothing, and it's just a little bit unpredictable. I mean, I'm talking probably 30 years ago here, so it was a long time ago. But I thought I'd give it a shot and see how we do. I have one 6 foot by, well, it says in the form 6 foot by 3 foot table. I'm fairly sure it's a 6 foot by 2 foot table. That's all I have, which is a bit smaller than my workshop here. So I was going to knock myself up a little frame, just an L-shaped frame, to hold a few things kind of up higher. My scoops and stuff like that so people can see them. I've borrowed some hessian off my mum. I'm going to clamp it on the table, but I thought you guys could watch me do this and we'll see how we get on tomorrow. Now I could just make this as one L shape straight away, but I think we'll make it so we can put it together at the place tomorrow. Normally I just do my talks and I sell stuff there, and that works fine. I have one table, but I don't take much stuff. I quite often sell out of one thing, normally scoops. So we'll see if we can make this kind of work a bit better, take a lot of stock with me. Not sure what to take, not sure how much to take. So, bit of a finger in the air really, see what happens. And display my scoops and stuff, I'm going to make like the frame thing I was on about. I'm going to put some slots in the wood every so often. And then I can put them in at a 45-degree angle. It just kind of keeps them there, keeps them up off the ground, and displays them. Don't know how far apart I should do them. To the corner, we'll put some scoops in there, put some hooks across the top so we can hang a few bits and bobs on it. It's very basic, but I just don't know whether it's worth doing or not, so I don't think that looks too bad. Basket hanging in the middle, scoops either side, toolbox there, maybe a potting tray instead actually with some wooden scoops in. And that's half the table. I've got a good number of products on there. I think that will work. So let's get the car packed up, or truck, get a load of stuff there, see what happens tomorrow. Okay, right, so I'm ready to go. The truck is chock-a-block full of stuff. I've got it everywhere, and in the back as well. So I'll go and see what our plot's like, and go set up. Sorry. So yesterday was the craft fair, and it went really well. I sold what I was told by other stall holders that was a really good amount. I had some really good feedback. It was really quite fun. I quite enjoyed the social interactions. I sold quite a few baskets. Didn't sell any potting trays, which is normally my one main seller online. I'm guessing it's because they're quite heavy to kind of carry around a show. So yeah, I had some really good feedback, some real positive stuff about my items that I'm selling, telling me that they were really nice quality and things like that, which is always really nice. I had a few people tell me that some of my stuff was probably a little bit cheap for the show, but I work out my price that I want to earn per hour and I work it out that way, so I'm quite happy with what I'm making really. While I was there, I sold 2/3 as much of what I sold at the show just online, but I hadn't spent a day there. So on the surface of it, you can look like, oh, I made good money that day because, you know, it was quite a good return on my time. But actually, the time is invested in making the products. So if I got time selling it as well, I really need to account for that more as well. So there's a full day on selling what I sold yesterday. I didn't get anything else achieved, really. Did promote my brand. You know, I gave out loads. I always do packets of seeds as business cards with QR codes on the back. Link into my shop or to my YouTube or something like that. So it's a really good way to push myself and promote myself, and I'm quite gregarious, so when people talk to me I can normally kind of win them over. It's quite nice. So it was fun in that way, but then when I saw what I'd taken online, I was like, do you know what, I don't think that was worth it. The effort of packing the truck up, unpacking it when I got back, you know, there's a lot of hassle kind of setting up your stall, making it look nice, people kind of being quite manhandling with stuff. Not that it matters too much of my stuff, it's quite sturdy, but still makes you think, oh, they could damage it or they could do this. You know, as a little boy, like, went to kick one of my baskets, you're like, what are you doing that, little man? So yeah, I don't think that the craft fairs are going to become like a major part of what I'm doing. I think I'm honestly better off, you know, sticking to the online sales at the moment. If I'd have spent that day yesterday making online content to push what I sell, would I have made more than going to the craft fair? That's the kind of question. But it was a good experiment. My stand looked really nice. You know, that frame I'd made worked really well. Anyone that picks up one of my scoops tends to buy one as well, which is really good. The seeds are like a great icebreaker. If someone's walking past, I was like, oh, do you garden? Would you like a free packet of seeds? No one turns down a free packet of seeds, turns out. And I got a great, I'm giving away like a great blight resistant tomato. I got a safe seed here, Prima Bella, and it just works really, really well. So some things I know works really well. The difference as well is, so you've got, say, 400, 500 people come to that yesterday. I think the foot count was around that. But they're not all gardeners. Whereas when I do a garden club talk, you know, you've got 25 people to 50, but they're all keen gardeners and keen enough to go to a club every week. And so you kind of know you've got your captive market there a little bit. So, yeah, it's tricky to say really. I think, you know, better off doing the talks and trying to sell there. Better off staying online and selling there. But I did really enjoy it. So there is that side to it as well. But I probably would have been better off this time of year in here making stock to sell online, because I've got some products that, you know, I struggle to keep up with making. So there's that side of it. But, you know, I'm not complaining. It keeps me working from home. Even if I had to go and do craft fairs every weekend, I just think I'd still find it quite good fun. But yeah, it was a good experience. Let's package these up and get them shipped out. So thanks for watching, guys, and it's only just a little random video, but see you next time. I did have one funny thing yesterday where a woman, I gave her a free packet of seeds and she felt the packet and she was like, is there even any seeds in here? And I said, well, it's about 4 or 5. I said, it's not got the whole tomato in there. And she was like, but it was a free packet of seeds. Nothing like looking at a gift horse in the mouth, I think, sometimes. But you kind of, I diffused the situation and laughed about it. But I did think maybe that was a little rude. I'm not sure how many she expects in a packet of tomato seeds. I've bought hybrid tomatoes, there's only 5 in a packet. So, you know, never quite sure which way the wind's going to blow when you give something away. You know, still upset people even if it's free. But, c'est la vie.